All right, and welcome into the company. Today is July 8th, 2019. We are post 4th of July, of course. I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. I hope everybody had fun. I do hope nobody got hurt with the explosive festivities. I did nothing. I called cops on people that were shooting firecrackers a little bit too late.
Snitch. Goddamn snitch.
That was the cutoff was 10 o'clock.
This nigga.
We're gonna have to get off. We're gonna have to get off this podcast with him for the come and get him.
Snitch.
You know, snitches get
Ain't no
stitches.
snitch. I live in a respectable neighborhood. I expect compliant with the rules. But anyway, we got a shortened panel down here tonight. Just got me, Izzo, and what's your name, Jason?
I don't know, man.
Damn. Hey, who's racist now, Jason?
Racist.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with race.
See,
You
you can't
know,
even have friends no more. They
Brian
forget
said,
your
I don't
damn
see
name.
clear people. That's what Brian told me.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I ain't got to take this. I'm going home.
You are home.
But anyway, a lot of things been going on. I would like to take note that if you are not aware, Smart Food has now released this flaming hot white cheddar popcorn. So govern yourselves accordingly.
It's white hot? Like you said, like white? Wait,
It's
what?
white cheddar popcorn, but it's flaming hot.
Look, I'm gonna stop talking about white and clear and all this racist stuff. I'm tired of it.
How did I get the racist? Everybody
done.
like white cheddar popcorn.
Look here, say white one more time.
When I put in the chat, I do put YT is white. Like YouTube.
Void of color. But anyway, that was just something I saw that was funny to me. It seems like whenever they want people to buy stuff in the hood, all they do is slap flaming hot on it.
Bruh, I used to eat those things until I got tired of my fingers being red.
I go different ways with that, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
My fingers being red? Fuck. No, sir.
But
sir.
I think they had a report one time that came out and said kids was eating those things so much like their stomachs were bleeding.
Oh yeah, remember that? What was that little that white dude that did it, and he had a fucked up stomach? It was like last year, early.
He actually did like a challenge or something.
No, he was eating so many on the road like a dumbass.
I thought you meant like a challenge to see how many times you can say white in one podcast.
Oh, we can get that.
Not gonna let me
Let's talk about Trump. No, I'm just kidding.
I gonna let that go as you. Are you there, buddy?
Nope.
But anyway, yeah, like I said, a lot of things have been going on. We've been paying attention to some things, trying to avoid a lot. One of the things that has been taking over media and social media and or whatever is this Little Mermaid fiasco. I personally don't give a shit, but so a lot of people do. It's bothering more people than it should. So the controversy is, I guess, they are coming out with a live action Little Mermaid movie.
Is it real quick? Is it going to be, or have they even disclosed? Is it going to be like, I guess, Aladdin type joint, or?
Yeah, it's going to have real people doing things.
Oh, okay.
Real people doing real things, son.
But like under the sea though, like how they gonna do that?
Yeah. Now we about to be on some weed head shit. How they gonna do that underwater? Or how they gonna CGI that?
You seen Aquaman?
Oh, true. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to go watch clips of Aquaman.
I mean, you just screwed that entire conversation that we were trying to have. But yeah, I feel you.
Okay, let's get back on. But yeah, sorry.
I just kind of ignored it. But it's gonna be live action, of course, and I guess it's gonna look like how they did Aquaman. One of the issues is who they picked to do the lead role of Ariel, and it's a little girl named. Well, let me see if I can get it right.
Halle, but I don't know her last name.
Halle Bailey.
Halle Bailey.
How is that? Yeah, Bailey, not Barry.
Okay, because every time I say Halle, I want to say Barry. So it's kind of hard to train you.
Halle Berry. That was a terrible song.
Yeah, and apparently this is a young black girl, and everybody's all pissed that they got a black girl playing Ariel. Some people don't care. A lot of people do. It's a fictional character. Doesn't make any sense. won't make any difference in your life. But all of now we are ruining people's childhoods and their culture.
My background, real quick on that, not even to get deep into it yet, but for one, the girl is an actor. Number two, the girl can sing very well. Number three, she's in a recording group that's under Beyonce's label, which I don't even know the name of. Like, it's not just a random person white with red hair. And that's not even saying like the white person. It's just like people kept throwing people out there, but I'm like, can that person sing? Can that person do this? And I'm like, yeah, that's half the battle. If it's going to be a singing role, don't you need somebody who can sing?
And see, I didn't know who the girl was either until I saw her with her sister. And I think that's how she got discovered, because they were doing the whole YouTube singing thing. Because
that's how Beyonce, or people put Beyonce on that. That's how she found them.
It's the two little girls that sung together.
Yeah. They're not little. They're of age, by the way.
I mean, I'm saying, but when they came out, they were young.
Yeah, when they were little. Yeah, that's them.
Super talented.
Thank you. That's what bothers me about it, how talented they are. Like, people got stuck on race, but it's like, come on, man.
So I mean, my point of view on it is like, it's twofold. One, I doubt very seriously it had anything to do with them saying, you know what, we need to switch stuff up and put a black woman in this, right? Yeah. Most likely, out of everybody that auditioned, she had the best voice, right? Maybe the most talent as an actress.
People forget that audition shit. I'm happy you say that.
So, I mean, I really hate that people get so hung up on the race thing. My other point is, I think one of y'all said it a little bit ago about stealing the culture and childhood away or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
In reality, if we had done this life the way we were supposed to do this life right the first time, there would have already been more black cartoon characters or whatever in our childhood, right? So it wouldn't have been a big deal that there was someone now playing Ariel as black, because Ariel could have potentially been black if we'd have done it right. If race didn't matter from the jump. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. The whole thing's stupid. And there are groups that are being made, like Christians against Disney. Like,
I didn't even know that was a thing. Come on.
Yeah, like I'll look up the full name of the group in a minute, but it's like Christians against destroying culture or something like that, and it's about the Ariel thing. So, and other people from other races, from what I understand, everybody from every other race is kind of sneaking in the group and trolling everybody that's supposed to be in the group. And I've read some of the streams. It's hilarious, but people getting way too bent out of shape over something that doesn't matter.
As a Christian, that's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard. Christians against stealing our culture. That is the most like white supremacist thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
It is. It's horrible. It's horrible. And maybe some of them don't mean any harm. I think some people just don't want the cartoon exactly like the cartoon was, or want the movie exactly like the cartoon was, and it's kind of beyond the race thing. They just want it to look like the cartoon. But you're coming off as a dick.
I mean, I can almost see that point of view, you know, because she was created as a little white redhead mermaid. I can almost see that. So I mean, but even if that's the case, I don't really remember Little Mermaid, but she wasn't like the only Little Mermaid, right? There was like a blue hair one, and there was like all kind of different ones, right?
Yeah, there was a bunch of mermaids down there. I think there was some black ones down there.
So I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if you really wanna get scientific, they live so deep in the ocean, color isn't really a point, or there's really
why you
playing? But I mean, they can't do that though, because that takes the whole color under the sea out.
Yeah, the color under that wasn't the color.
Ain't that the lyrics? Color under the sea.
No,
it's just under the sea.
That ain't it.
The colors of the mountain and under the sea at the same time. You mixing cartoons, brother.
I have no clue what colors of the mountain is.
He got Pocahontas and singing colors of the mountain.
No, I ain't never seen Pocahontas. Got
it. But I mean, you know, some of the memes that's come out has been pretty funny though. Like they had all the white folks on there for like Boys in the Hood.
They changed up everybody movies and posters and stuff.
They changed up the white dude for to make him Black Panther, the dude from Notebook.
Oh, you talking about Ryan Gosling?
Gosling, yeah.
Oh,
they
my
made
God.
him Black Panther.
But what they don't know about Ryan Gosling, they can actually sing and do like hip hop type dances. Like he's from that era.
Oh, I didn't know about hip hop, but I knew
He was
knew
on
he
a
could
Mickey
sing.
Mouse Club
Yeah.
with Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears and all them around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I think it's crazy. We should just be so much further than where we are when it comes to all this racial stuff.
We should be.
We've regressed.
But there's
No, I
something
take
out
that
there
back.
that just
I take that back.
so I don't.
I don't
It's
think
something
we
out there that
regress.
just keeps bringing the race up to the forefront. We should be way beyond this, way past it.
Well,
But
I think so. The issue is that as I think as human beings, you have to. There's a longing to belong to something, right?
Mhm.
And there's also a longing to look at someone and be like, you ain't the same as me, and I'm better, right? Which, and I'm talking not on personal level, I mean just on a mass. Like if you look at things at a
yeah,
very macro level,
yeah,
and so I think there's always going to be that back and forth, or that wanting to point the finger at somebody. We had didn't we have a podcast about this a few podcasts back when we were talking about social economics?
yeah, I believe we did.
Yeah.
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 But it's stupid though. It's ignorant.
Well, I talked to somebody whose parents are very, very conservative people, and they were explaining to me how the mindset goes with their parents. They said that they're very conservative. All they watch is Fox News, and when somebody actually does start communicating with another person across the aisle, let's say a conservative starts talking to a liberal, they get upset because they feel like the conservative is being a traitor. So
So
there is for some of them there is an active attempt to not communicate. Like
Yeah.
they're physically trying not to communicate so they don't have to change what they believe in because they're afraid that if they do start listening to other people, they're going to figure out that they're wrong.
so that is the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my life. And so change is made with that middle group, right? The
Yep.
people that are willing to sit in the middle and say, you know what, I can see it your way. Think about this. Think about my perspective for a second, and let's see if we can meet in the middle. That's where the change is going to be made. Those people that's far left, that's far right, ain't no change happening with all that BS. And if you cannot communicate, that's the reason we in the problems that we in now, because ain't nobody trying to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
If
Man,
you
what
can't,
Mhm.
that my bad. That's
No, why you saying
I
my
feel like
bad?
I'm the Sosa of the night, because that is the dumbest shit I think I ever heard.
I don't think that's on my bad. Like, I'm happy you said it about the far left because I can consider myself left. But you can even date back. I hate to bring up the election in 2016, but you can even date back to that. Most of the people who were voting for Bernie, who were diehard Bernie, like wouldn't even be like, I'm not voting for Hillary. I won't vote at all. And that's where we're at. And most people do live in the middle. The country is pretty much ran by the middle. When it comes to the voters, in Washington, unfortunately, is right now. But think about it. We have swing states. Why these people swing back and forth all the time? People look at it as like, these people don't know what they're doing. No, they're open to see what's a better way for them to live better. Like,
Right.
they know that being probably far right ain't going to work. They know far left, it's like, that's a lot of money being spent. How is that going to work? Being far right, it's like a lot of my rights that they claim I'm getting back. Honestly, they're violating my human rights where they don't give me the choice. So you make a good little point. You make a great little point.
Yeah.
I ain't left or right. I'm straight up in the middle.
I can't
don't
say
even-
that. I know I'm left because some shit, but I mean, I thought I was far left, but I'm not, because some of these people are batshit crazy. But I'm left.
I mean, I wouldn't even consider myself, Democratic or Republican or nothing. I'm just here for what makes sense. If it makes logical sense, let's
Mhm.
figure this out together.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like I'm open to anybody's ideas, man, but I recognize bullshit when I see it, and I've seen bullshit on both sides. I've seen more on the right. I watched this thing today about just people's blind people are just following this administration blindly, considering everything that's been going on and considering everything that's been said, just because they don't want to be wrong.
And what did we say? That was cognitive dissonance?
Cognitive dissonance, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The dude was talking to a lady, and she was, at the rally or whatever, and he was like, so you'll follow Trump, whatever he does? She said, yep, definitely. He was like, what if he murdered somebody? You still follow him? Yep. What if he stole money from a church? You still follow him? Yep. And everything he said, there was nothing that he could have said that would sway her or make her think that she was wrong for following this guy. And again, this is the same extreme conservatism, however you say it, that this young lady's parents are following. It's like they don't want to communicate with anybody that doesn't agree with them. They don't want to think about any other thing. They just want to sit in their quote unquote ignorance and just bathe in it and be there and be stuck there. And that's
Again,
just where people are.
The dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. I don't care who it is.
Let it out.
I don't care who it is, like who the president is, whatever. Anybody is following anybody blindly without giving two shits about what they do is ignorant. That's just dumb.
But shit, you can look at where you're living right now. Look at our state. We complain about a lot of things in our state. We find out our education's trash, our road is trash. Like little pockets of the state are okay because different counties, different districts allocate money differently. And if you can tell, they pick different type of politicians. But overall, South Carolina as a state has pretty much been a red state since the what is it? My mind just went totally blank. Pretty much since the civil rights legislation. For the most part, you've had some Democratic governors here and there, but it did not last long. They were like one term and out, and then back to somebody Republican. So it's like you can say you live in a state that literally keeps voting the same way overall and keeps getting the same result in return.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like we're pretty much there now, but people keep voting for these same people. And it's kind of like, and yet I hear the same complaint. So I'm like, I think that's low key insanity. You keep doing the same thing and expecting the result.
That's the very definition of insanity.
And that's not everywhere though. But I'm seeing like a Lindsey Graham. I'm gonna have to bring him up. The damsel of the South, as I want to call his ass right now. I don't understand how he keeps getting voted for. Now, maybe 10, 15 years ago, he wasn't off the rail. Now, like when people back him up, I'm like, yo, fam, your boy is flip-flopping like a fish in a damn bed of water that's pretty much like gone. Like he is all over the place. It's whatever makes Master Trump happy, he's gonna say.
Name one that Master Trump. That's the quote of the night right there.
But that's how he kisses his ass, though. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
I mean,
it bothers me how much backbone he doesn't have. Sorry, Jason.
Name one politician that doesn't flip flop though.
But on his no, there's not. But on his level, just like damn near in the press conference, fam. Not in just like quotable, but like he's in front of everybody. It's like, yo, fam, just last week you said, not 2 years ago, but just last week. Mm-hmm. That's what bothers me about him.
I do kind of pose a question for you though. Like, what's the what is the length or period of time that what a politician said at one point no longer should affect him going forward? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can feel that a person can change. They can change their policy, just like even to give an example to Joe Biden when they asked him about the busing thing. Even Kamala came at him like, I don't think you're a racist, but like, what's your view on it? And I feel like I know your view has changed, Joe, but you answered it so wrong and baffled. And then when the time was over, you just stopped. Nigga, nobody stopped talking when the time was over. Why did you stop? Like you had your opportunity. So in that frame of time, of course, in 2 year, 3 year time, of course. But my thing about your boy here in South Carolina, like we go back to less than a year ago, 6 months, 2 weeks, and it's like, fam, that ain't what you said. You act like we didn't have a camera in front of you. Mm-hmm. And it's like you, I'd have no respect for you on no level, or a person who can back up anything you say. And it's like, I vote for him because da da da. No,
I think that flip flopping that you as you call it, or changing your
Yeah.
mind or whatever.
I don't
It's
think flip
kind of
flopping is
relative.
growth. I don't think flip flopping is growth.
Right. I
I
agree
think
with
it's
that.
relative. I think it could be something extreme or something not extreme, something that matters and something that doesn't. Like if I'm down for, um, urban development, big development coming in, big buildings coming in and, putting waste wherever they could find it a long time ago. And then I'm like, hey, that's bad for the environment. I changed my mind. I'm not for it anymore. That's one thing. But if I'm like, I hate niggas, and that's a forever statement. You can't just rein that back in.
Because there's no way for you to go from that hate to liking in
Oh
like
my
a fair
God.
amount of time,
Yeah.
unless you got struck by lightning and hit by a car and a nigga saved you. Sorry.
I mean, I disagree with that a little bit. I think that you could make a statement like that because that's what you're raised around is the only thing you're subject to, and then something happens and you meet, or someone else. Like let's say I'm 5 years old and I'm raised around, I don't know,
Nigga
the
haters.
KKK, right? I was
Nigga
raised in the KKK, and then all of a sudden I get out there and I meet you and both of y'all, and I'm like, wait, this ain't what I was taught that black people are.
Mhm.
And it could change my whole view. You see what I'm saying?
But in your first engagement or your couple engagements, you're gonna battle within yourself of like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And you're probably gonna not say combat them, but you're probably gonna push them away and not let them in too. It's not gonna be like a light bulb. There will be a light bulb at some point, but it's normally not soon. That's just the way people work in
Well, I mean
sociological
that
ways.
wasn't soon either though with Biden. That's not soon. You
Oh
talking about
no,
something that
exactly.
happened,
And that's
you
growth.
know, right. Agreed.
Yeah.
And this is my other thing too, though. I think he's kind of getting an unfair shot at rep about this because I don't think it, and I'm not the most knowledgeable around what his platform was back then,
Yeah.
but I don't believe it was really against I don't really think it was the busing the way that he said it. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
more, I don't think it was that he was against busing. I think he was against the government mandating
Correct. I
busing or
didn't have
something like that.
really, I wasn't so much an issue with what he said. I was just so much just like, I feel he kind of ran away from it when the time ran out. I'm like, yo, fam, like everybody talked over. Like, why are you the law
I
abiding
felt like
citizen on this? That was my issue was.
Well,
I
I
felt
mean,
like it seemed like just typical politics to me because that shit could have came out a long time ago.
it could have. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
Yeah.
it was used as a weapon or it was used as a talking point
Right.
for
It
whoever
was.
was on the
Absolutely.
right beside him.
And the other thing is, like, if you look at who Biden is, I mean, Biden is kind of, honestly, he's kind of like me. If somebody was to say, if I was running for president and they would say something like that to me and they didn't know what they was talking about, I wouldn't really give them that fair shine, that fair shine. I'm just gonna be like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You turn around and stare at the wall for a little bit,
But
I think they
honestly,
told him.
Kamala shined like a motherfucker because of it, though.
I mean, she did. And that's
Mhm.
what Brian was saying. It was a
Yeah.
target. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
she put
Yeah.
that bullet
Now,
in the clip and she fired in his face.
now she cheapened it because she came out with a slogan and a T-shirt after the slogan.
Did she?
Yeah, it was
Did
put on
she
a T-shirt.
really?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it was the whole "I was that little girl" thing.
So it was a damn campaign. You
Yeah,
motherfucker. I hadn't been
so
paying attention. I've been
like the
working and doing
next
other
day,
stuff.
there was T-shirts printed and all this other stuff. So I mean, it kind of took away from what she said. So I mean, it just felt like politics to me. It wasn't anything anybody was really concerned about. If you're
Mhm.
gonna bring up something like that, do it before it's somebody who might get power. Just bring it up because it's something that you're concerned about that he should address.
Mhm.
So at that point, it was just like, nah, I see through this. It's like wrestling. It was like a wrestling match. It
Yeah,
was all scripted and pre-written and planned out. It was crap.
Which I mean, you would expect because she's a lawyer, right? I mean,
Mhm.
she's used to scripting and planning and trying. What I would say is, I would expect for her to be a lawyer that she would like take that script and make it feel not so scripted. That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a
Because like
lawyer, not an
when I
actor.
She's a
well
prosecutor.
but that's
Well,
what I'm
she's
saying.
a
Like
yeah. That's
when
what
you
she
think
was.
about a lawyer or a prosecutor, whatever, you know what I'm saying. If you think about them and how they literally have their itinerary, but they have to make it feel like it's a conversation.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? So that they
Mhm.
can convince, I don't know, I would expect it to be a whole lot smoother than it was. But I mean,
Yeah.
she's inexperienced at it, right? So
Yeah. But that's not who we were talking about. Lindsay and his fake ass.
See, he
I
stirs
was
up all of our
saying, how
emotions.
you go from 2 or 3 years ago calling this man that you worship now, calling him all kinds of names and calling him an idiot and a moron, and he don't know what he's doing. And now you're pretty much carrying his balls around for him in a glass case.
Yeah.
wow.
That's the flip flopping I don't like.
Wow.
You know.
Well, another thing for Biden, another thing that gets me is you talking about this was from so far back, right? And then now he has a difference of opinion. Think about how many times Trump said one thing and then the next and like straight up said one thing on live TV, and then the next day he said the exact opposite, saying he never
the
said
next day.
So I mean, you can't really
Yeah.
hold that against old boy.
Fake
Biden's
news.
smooth too. Biden he kind of reminds me of old Clinton. He like real like I can see Biden getting up in there and be like, "Hey, girl."
But we don't need that. Jesus
No.
Christ.
That story will come out later, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Oh, what I already did. Wasn't he hugging people too long or something?
Listen, it was just a cigar. Y'all calm down.
What?
I'm talking about Clinton, fool.
Oh, okay.
Catch up, nigga.
But anyway, that's how do we get from the mermaid to this?
Politics. White
yeah.
people. I just want to say white again.
See, I'm gonna go back and listen to this podcast afterwards, and I'm gonna count up how many times white was said.
Hey, we're gonna have like a random episode, like where it's like, yeah, it's gonna be a ding by every white thing. It's gonna be a bonus episode.
Well, me that time.
Pause. Y'all
Anyway.
gotta stop talking about white things.
Yeah.
What?
White lightning. I don't know.
Where are we going?
Oh,
why are we here?
I don't know.
All right,
Y'all,
so
because y'all racist. Y'all hate white people. I don't know.
Well, we're gonna get off race. We're gonna talk about sex.
Wait, I don't even remember what topic did I miss.
Equal pay and support.
Oh, that's
What?
sex.
Oh,
That's sex.
I was
See, y'all be that's that cognitive dissonance. I like
I was like, you know what? I really don't think I want to be on this podcast no more.
Yeah.
Oh, man, please. We have 32,000 people in here. We start talking about the wrong thing. So equal pay in sports. The women recently. Okay, all right. So tell me what the women did. Just fill me in.
They beat the Netherlands to win the World Cup 2-0. Was 2-0 still the score then?
2-0, and then not only
I fell asleep partly.
There's been 8 total World Cups, right, for women.
Mm-hmm.
USA, so the women's soccer team, US, has 4 of the 8.
Yeah.
There's no reason they shouldn't be paid.
But quick question, is it in America or is it like overall for FIFA? That's what I want to know. Like for winning. Is like the FIFA pays, or is that like America, that's what they pay the team? I just don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works either. I think that it's FIFA, but I mean I don't know 100%.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate in this. So y'all think the women should be paid more or paid equal to the men because they're winning?
No,
but
I'm gonna figure it out why y'all doing that.
No.
They're not bringing in the numbers that the men's sports play. So why should they be paid equally?
Wait a minute. Number one, I think that the women should be paid equal to the man because they're doing the same job. Right? It's the same thing. One. Number two, the reason I said that they had 4 of the 8 World Cups is just to show that not only are they doing the same job as a man, and what I'm talking about is playing the sport, right? Practicing for the sport, putting their body through everything for the sport, the traveling, putting, family life, whatever, on hold for the sport. Same exact thing that the man's doing. They're doing it. But with them winning 4 of the 8, they also are doing it better.
Oh,
so
God.
How can you say that they shouldn't be paid equal? You see what I'm saying?
Because they're not, like I said, they're not putting asses in seats.
But you want to hear this real quick?
I mean, I disagree. When I looked at the if you looked at the stadium when the women played, that joker was like slam packed. Same thing as when the men play.
Is it the same stadium as the men would play in?
I can't confirm. I don't know.
Right. I don't know that. I would like to see the statistics on the seats.
But
Like,
I just
they would go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
I just
go
came
ahead.
across something that said last year FIFA doubled the prize money for this summer's Women's World Cup to 30 million. And last week, his president, blah blah blah, pledged that he would seek to double it again by the next time in 2023. The women's total bonus pool remains a fraction of the 400 million that the 32 men's World Cup teams, which for the first time in a generation did not include the United States, split in 2018. So think about that. The last World Cup, which was last year for the men, was 400 million in the bucket. The women is 30 million. But they said they're working, but I just read in the previous paragraph, they're working to set a pay equity goal by 2023. How the fuck is that possible?
Yeah. And again now, I'm not
So
sitting
that's
here
not
saying
on the US. So I think we're low-key biased because like they're easily for the past 20 years way better than the men here. Like the men here are just like it's damn near been a shit show. Like didn't even make the damn World Cup last year.
And don't get me wrong, now I'm playing devil's advocate. I understand the need for equal pay or whatever. I'm just asking questions that people are going to ask. Like, why do you think they deserve the money? Of course, they're playing the same sport and they're, winning, and the guys are not winning, but the guys probably got a bigger draw than them. The guys have video game sponsors and shoe sponsors and clothes sponsors. And
yeah, but all
that fit
all
150,000 people.
All of that's on top of it, though. What we're talking about is just specifically what the payout, that payout would be. Not. I mean, because some of these women, they also have their own sponsors, right? They have their own sponsors.
Yeah, Nike, Adidas, whatever. Right. Under
So
Armour, all that
payout. The payout is the result of the draw or the pool they have, and the women are just not reaching that.
You can even think about the WNBA. The WNBA, man, a lot of them literally make as much money as they could be a GM in a retail store or somewhere like that. Like that's the kind of money they're making.
They make more money going overseas playing.
Yes, and they make way more money. That's why some of them make money here to have a contract when it comes to marketing and brands and stuff like that. So they'll get that supplemental income there and make more than their salary there, then go overseas and play. But the problem is, I've watched a documentary on it. They're literally playing basketball like all year round. They literally might have a month off from basketball. And that takes a heavy toll on their body.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's their gift that they can do easily and make a substantial amount of money, but they have to work more than twice as hard than a man who gets the opportunity to go play in the NBA. And then on the flip side, the WNBA and the NBA is under the same umbrella. I mean, people say it should be equal pay. I think they should get more, but we know the WNBA, like their games are Sunday, like Saturday, Sunday on ESPN2, and people ain't watching.
No.
But I have seen they're doing a better job of marketing them because I think they got stars and they're just not marketing it the way they're supposed to either.
Well, right there, what you just said. So this is a woman's point of view from my homegirl Cindy.
Hey.
So her word was, man, we got a viewer, by the way. So her word was perhaps the same amount of money was if the same amount of money was invested in marketing and advertisement, they could bring the same amount or the same crowd or put the cheeks in the seats. So,
but yeah,
why is that not? Why is that not the case?
I think America's sexist as hell and don't want to watch women as much. It doesn't bother me to watch. Hell, even in person, I used to watch women's basketball in college more than the men because the men is just I think it was they weren't fundamentally sound, and that annoyed me.
And then if you think about it, if I'm an advertising firm and somebody gives me their product to advertise, they give me a certain amount of money. I got a budget. I'm not going to split that money up into two sports. One might make it and one might not make any money. I'm going to put all the money into a guaranteed thing. So now it's bottom line shit.
Go ahead, Jason.
Crazy to me though. I mean, one thing that I don't know about the world. I'm assuming the world, but Americans love to do is watch women, right? We love women,
but they don't watch them in sports as much. That's the weirdest thing. It's like they still haven't figured that out yet, which is odd.
Right, and so I guess that's kind of my point. Why?
They're just as talented. Go ahead.
They're just as talented.
I think
they put the same work ethic in.
A lot of the guys in power that do hold those checkbooks, they're afraid of women in power. They're afraid of women in power. They like to watch women, but they like to watch them in submissive roles, not doing anything that they might be better than them at.
Yeah.
So they're not going to put money into that either. I told somebody before, I think conservatives are afraid of women just by the way they talk down about women in power. I just think that's something we hadn't, as a culture, as an American culture, learned to accept, is that women can do a lot more than we give them credit for.
Yeah.
They're displaying it. They're showing it every day. For a long time, they've been showing that they're way better than what we've tried to cut out for them in this world or in this culture. But we're still not accepting it.
It's weird because think about it like this. Think about all the Olympic sports that when they're on in prime time, the Summer Olympics, maybe even the winter. I don't really watch the winter like that, but like swimming comes on. Motherfuckers will watch them swimming. When the hell do we watch swimming during the regular parts of the other 4 years? We'll watch women's gymnastics. Like it is like literally women's gymnastic, the basketball, and the track and field are literally like the top rated things when it comes to that. But when you flip it around to where it's not Olympic season or like world championship trials, you're gonna find it 4 o'clock in the morning when you come home, like been drinking. You'll randomly turn to ESPN, it's on tape delay. That they don't even play it live. If they played it live, it's been on streaming on ESPN. So like, are we to blame that we don't have the interest in it, or the big powers that be, like a Disney, like a Fox, like a CBS, like an NBC, don't publicize it and don't put it in the forefront? And we have these stars from the summer, and there's things they compete at these other 4 years. Why don't we even pay attention to them those other times?
I actually blame media. Media knows that whatever they put on television, we'll watch it because the American public is basically us robots. They proved it with some of the dumb shit that's on TV now. All the reality shows, some of these game shows don't make any sense. Fox News. So they prove that whatever they put on TV, we'll watch it. So if they got that,
I used to put Fox News in there.
I mean, it's the truth. Like it's propaganda. It's so bad it's barely propaganda. It's like laughable stuff.
I hate how people just jump on one particular anything and just grab that and take it for truth and run with it, and that's their whole beliefs. I feel like you should watch everything. Right? I mean, I watch Fox News, and I listen to point of views, and I take it and I think, now I'm a grown man. I'm a grown ass man. I can listen to what somebody says in the news and say, that don't really sound right to me, or you know what, that's a valid point. I hate that anybody would just gravitate one. I guess what I'm getting at is I hate when if I mess around and I flip the CNN, I hate when someone says, oh, you watch that news channel, or if I flip the Fox and I'm missing, oh, you one of those people, you like Fox News, man. That shit don't matter, man. You got to be able to take it all and listen to every single perspective so that you can form a educated opinion.
Yes, I like feeling educated and valid and sure of what I say when I say they're a bunch of dumbasses on Fox News. It makes me feel good because I've listened to it and I know I've heard them prove my point several times over. It's a bunch of dumbasses on Fox News.
Okay, yeah. If you've done your research and you watch both, I can't be mad at you.
Exactly. So what were we talking about?
I don't know.
We were on
I
something
think
else.
we were talking about Ariel.
No, we weren't.
We're past that. We were talking about Ariel. We were talking about pay equity.
But like I was saying, I know what I was saying. I was saying it's the media's fault, because if they really wanted to have women's sports on the forefront as far as viewership, then they just put it on TV. Just put it on TV. That's all you got to do. That's it.
Because my thing is in the summertime, like these WNBA games, why can't they be a primetime ESPN? Like, well, we have some stuff. Man, ain't nobody watching the Kansas City Royals versus the Brewers, fam. Ain't nobody about to watch that shit. And I love baseball, but ain't nobody trying to check for that. Like, come on. Like, people don't attach themselves to their names. Like, but these girls went to college in all places in America. More people would know their faces. Like, why won't we do that? Like, give it a chance. Like, the pushing it to Saturday afternoon when most of our asses ain't home. unless it's fall where we're watching football, I think that does them a disservice.
And you can almost tell that some of the sports channels don't want women's sports to succeed, because at these times where they could have these girls on television, they're playing some old game from 1986. You know that nobody
they play a lot of that
anymore. Yeah. That's airtime they could be giving these girls.
I hate that shit. By the way, when I'm flipping through and I see a game and it's like, oh shit, this game's on. I didn't even know this game was on, and then it's like classic from 19.
You didn't notice the shorts?
You see, Jay, you gotta
and the boxes on the side of the screen.
Exactly. Whenever I see a game on, I look at all 4 corners of the screen to look for that little see-through logo
to see how it looks. Look around and see that NBA on NBC shit. You're like, oh hell!
You're like, why is Reggie Jackson playing?
Chicago with the lead. Reggie Jackson, god damn!
Jordan his first game. His first game in the NBA, Shaquille O'Neal. This nigga came
92. God damn.
Damn, Larry Bird got a crazy jump shot.
Well, yeah, they could put these girls on TV. Yeah. They could publicize women's sports more. It's just that there are people that own these channels that don't want it up there. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, it's their yes or no.
Yeah,
that's all it is. I would love my niece to know names of these girls on the NBA.
These girls are monsters now. Yeah. Like right now, the talent level within that league is higher than it's ever been. Like if you put those girls back in 95, 96, whenever they started, they would mop the floor with those women.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think the NBA is even the same because they're fundamentally sound and they're athletic. I ain't gonna front. You put a lot of these AAU superstars to play like a Jordan, a Karl Malone, I think like they wouldn't even make it through the first half, low key, because they wouldn't know how to get spacing to shoot a jump shot and do this, and everybody would be eating them for breakfast because they could shoot and rebound.
Yeah.
So
I can't believe you subjectified or objectified, whatever the right term is, the women by calling them monsters. Though.
Objectify.
You stop talking about the way they look like that, AJ.
I did not.
This is how you know. This is how you know.
I'm confused.
These millionaires or these billionaires are afraid of women, and they don't want to look at them in any form of power. The lingerie football league failed.
Oh, it's done? Ain't like I've ever seen it.
I hadn't seen it anymore.
I mean, I don't know. I watched it a few times. Them girls went hard.
Yeah.
But I know somebody who tried out for it before. They said that thing, those girls are actually hard. She even said it, like low key, that shit was rough.
Yeah. And it was
most
something.
Of them are like gym rat chicks that like came out and it was like, you know what? Now that I got all this strength, what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna run a bitch over.
They were real.
And they was well, that too, but they was, I don't know. I've seen some rugby chicks. They ain't I don't think they'd look too good in lingerie. But anyways, they was hitting real hard and barely wearing any pads.
I hear objectifying women.
But see, and that's the thing. It was objectifying them, which turned heads. It was objectifying them, which turned heads, but then they were in position of power, so it scared the shit out of them. So people were confused. It was like, do I want to watch this or not? You know, and that's the problem. Yeah,
that's a big problem. Because I mean, think about it. I mean, I've got nieces. I got a little girl, right? And I want them to be able to become women in this world that can do the same thing as a man, if not better than a man, and make the same, if not more than a man. They should be able to. Just because they are female doesn't mean that they should be paid less or looked at like they can only be in submissive roles, or, you know, they can't do X, they can't do Y. That's just insane to me to have to raise little girls into women in that type of environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's just the way it's been forever. And when you start thinking about like sexism and racism, like in the simplest form, it's just the dumbest shit ever. So I mean, and it's built this society, unfortunately. So it's up to the next generation to say, fuck it, we're going to get paid the same thing or ain't nobody going to play. Burn it down.
Oh no.
What?
No, we're
Yeah,
not. We're
that's.
not destroying shit. We're not burning it down.
Oh wow.
They
That's,
don't get nowhere. They don't get nobody nowhere.
yeah, dude. Get us all at point one. Point. What is it? Square one.
Yeah,
Then
because
we
I
all
didn't know
equal.
where point one was coming from.
When ain't
Man,
nobody got shit, that's when we're gonna be equal.
you sound like a damn
Anarchist?
This nigga on some
no,
Mad
like
Max stuff.
yeah, you sound like a Marvel villain.
I
Just burn everything down.
ain't gonna say
We'll start over.
Killmonger was right, but I understand.
You merely adopted the dark.
All right.
That's Bane, but that's cool.
I mean, that's what I thought about. I don't know what the fuck you
Yeah,
talking
well,
about.
Bane. You know what disappointed me about? Oh, y'all didn't watch the damn thing.
Watch what?
The Dark Knight with Bane.
I did.
Dark Knight with Bane. Dark Knight
The
Rises?
Batman. Yeah.
How the fuck? I went to the theaters to see that.
Oh, okay. But what pissed me off about the whole
What,
Bane thing?
didn't we go to the theaters
I
together?
think so. Nigga old out here.
What bothered me about that whole
So,
movie
your
is
mind slipping, bro. You ain't
just let
supposed to
the
be in
goddamn
like Alzheimer's yet.
Nope.
Jason's gonna get this point across before anybody say anything.
Hell yeah.
But what pissed me off about that movie is Bane wasn't like the main villain.
What you mean you wasn't the main villain?
He wasn't the main
Yeah,
villain.
he
He
was. Yeah,
followed orders.
the chick was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that whole thing kind of destroyed that movie for me. Anyway, next topic. I want to talk about the generational gap in technology. Okay, so everybody knows we're up there in age, not up there, but we're up there enough to have seen technology blossom as far as cell phones and communication and internet and shit. But there is a generation that has grown up not knowing life without a tablet. So, who you?
No, I mean up to like 5 years ago.
Oh. I mean, shit, we were in college before the cell phone boom.
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
first cell phone after my freshman year of college. So I got mine in 02.
Yeah, we are a generation that didn't necessarily grow up with technology. We adapted to the
Yeah.
technology as it came out. Or you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
Generations.
don't know. I think we kind of grew up with it. When you had, well, how old were you when you had like a Nintendo or a Genesis?
I got
was
mine
in-
in 89, 90.
Yeah.
89. I got mine in 89.
That's
Look at here,
growing
boy.
up with technology.
No, listen, boy. I was poor as hell. I ain't get shit like that till I was old.
Your generation, then, not necessarily you.
I will. I'm on this
Go outside,
podcast.
Jason. Meet me outside.
God.
How about that?
But yeah, and I feel sorry for the new generation. I mean, of course, everything's just easier now, and they can pay more attention to life. But it's just some things that they're going to be lacking: social skills and basic taking care of yourself type shit. And I hate them.
Golly. I didn't know he was going with it. Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out at what point is
I
life.
hate 'em.
At what point are we going to be like, okay, life is just too easy. Maybe we should slow this shit down. Because I mean,
Well, you know, I read something the other day where it said the technology is actually changing our DNA. Like
I believe it.
always being like looking over, holding a tablet or a phone or something like that is
Mhm.
curving the spine and everything in here, and it actually is changing certain things in the way the brain the brain chemicals
Mhm.
hit and everything. It's just crazy.
I mean, well, think about it. If we are really connected to cavemen or whatever, when they were out in the wild and having to fend for themselves,
I
they
mean,
had
have you looked
heightened
in the mirror,
senses.
Brian?
They had heightened senses of smell. Their skin was different. Their hair grew different. Everything just because of the environment they had to adapt to. Now, being the way technology is, we don't have to leave the house anymore, so we barely have to be exposed to the environment. We're not hunting, so what's the point of having the canines and the fingernails and all that shit? So I do think that being that we've changed life so much, it is going to change our DNA. It's going to change our makeup.
Yeah. Until we turn into robots.
Or just big puddles of slime.
Oh Lord.
Ew, I'd rather
What's
be
the
a
point of
robot.
having strong bones if you ain't got to move?
That's true.
Or we can be. Have you seen Lucy?
Yeah, I saw Lucy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We can evolve to the point that we just become everything.
Energy.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't getting smarter, buddy. That's when you get smart. I think we can watch the news and see how dumb people getting shit. 6 people fell in the Grand Canyon last week trying to take pictures and trying to take selfies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think we're getting smarter. And you got girls walking around the grocery store licking ice cream thinking that shit funny.
It's like quick clout. It's like that dopamine kick for really nothing. And I think people keep going for it. It's like they just keep going further and further and further. But yet the technology is there to do so many great things. And it's just to be looked at as what people really want now. That confuses me. Go ahead.
Technology can be an amazing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Robotics can be an amazing thing, but we're going to use it to make a sex machine. That's what it is.
Oh man,
that's what we're going to
Have you seen those robots though?
Yeah, can you
like the sex bots?
Does a robot sweat though?
I mean, I don't know, but some of them robots looking bad.
Just saying, skin to skin contact. I'm like, can't duplicate it. I'm sorry.
And we're probably the last generation that's going to say that.
I'm just saying, skin to skin contact. Like that's, and think about it. That literally goes back to when you're a newborn. Like a mom and a child have skin to skin contact. It's like that bond, and I'm like, it's literally you deal with it all your life, even though people don't notice that. But like, it means something. Like you just mess with a machine just for a kick. Like, fam.
They said in a story I read today, a simple thing like a touch from your mate can relieve anxiety and pain.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
But like I said, with the way everything's going, there's no communication between people, and people are moving further apart. So those kind of things aren't being appeased, or I'm trying to figure out how to say it, but those needs aren't being met.
Yeah.
So when those needs aren't met, they'll be replaced by something else, or maybe we'll just all be miserable in pain. If you're an opportunist, your best thing to do right now, if you're listening, is to major in psychology and become a psychiatrist, because we're gonna need y'all motherfuckers in a few years.
Nah, we won't be leaving science by then.
Oh, we won't.
I mean, I will, but that's the way they're trying to make it seem like science doesn't count for much, but yet science goes into everything that exists. But yet
science is still a magical power to people. Magic.
But yet they go to their doctor to get these pills though. How did those pills like come about? Science.
Magic.
Oh. So
we don't want to know.
So their magical fentanyl just came from magical air, even though now they're addicted to it.
It came from a mirrored universe.
Evidently it did. Not from science. The fucking Twilight Zone, I guess.
Science is pretty much telling us that this we're destroying everything that we're standing on.
But yet we have an opportunity to slow it down. In some cases, even reverse some things. But yet we're acting like it doesn't exist.
Hey man, Mother Nature fighting back. They're saying with us melting everything, or with everything heating up, there are diseases being released from those ice caps.
I believe
we're not going to be able to fight.
I believe it.
So they get rid of us eventually.
Yeah, they're saying that all kinds of diseases and bacteria and whatnot has just been frozen for so long, and with us melting it, it's about to unleash on us. We ain't gonna be able to adapt to it quick enough.
Nope. We can.
But with that being said, the cockroach is so freaking adaptable. I just read the other day that the cockroaches they're now
there's some straight. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Some places are fucking immune to toxins.
Yeah, like the raid and bug spray and stuff, it ain't even touching them more. Spraying them and they just like, word, I'm used to this.
I ain't used to this shoe though.
Yeah. Yeah. Your exoskeleton about to be squashed. Fuck you, man.
Push this shoe up off your bee.
Yeah. I'm about to say those toxins still work when I bomb under the house before I go to work before like the spring come. Those things work then.
Should have lived on a slab. Wouldn't have them problems.
No, actually, it ain't that bad.
I'm
You just
kidding.
get spiders more so underneath those.
Mm.
Hey, you ain't got to do with a flood. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then you ain't got to worry about trying to raise that damn house off the slab when your foundation start cracking.
Yes, sir.
But
Told you we getting old.
technology is a fun thing. It's an amazing. You said what?
You getting
Told
old.
you.
Face getting old.
Like, look, young motherfuckers don't have that conversation when you just said about crawl space and slabs and foundation.
Have you noticed your conversations, like your basic day-to-day conversations, have changed?
Oh yeah.
All right, check this out.
That's a good point. Go ahead.
For my birthday,
Oh god.
one of my gifts was a weed eater edger combo.
And you were excited about that shit too, weren't you?
Absolutely. That's absolutely. That's how I know. And this right here, I started looking at mods for my truck, and it wasn't like rims and subwoofers no more. It was like cold air intakes and performance chips to make my MPG go
to save you money like a real motherfucker.
That's right. Brother getting old.
I think I went to Walmart or something. Like, yeah, I think it was Walmart, and I was looking at like carpet samples.
Yeah, you washed, man. You washed. I was like, is there something else? Carpet samples.
No, it's done. I was looking for carpet samples.
No,
I was trying to figure out how to stop the vine from crawling up the side of my house. This is lame.
Low key, walking to Home Depot and Lowe's, I used to hate that as a kid. You go in there now, it's like, ooh, it's a lot of things are interesting to you now.
I used to say, well, I wonder if I can change my sink out myself. That's a nice sink. Oh, it's touchscreen. That's a touch sink.
It's a touch sink.
While you playing, we got everything. But that is true, man. That is so true. Boy, you were looking at the tools like, oh, damn, I should have waited to get this drill. Like, come on, man. I used to hate
angry with it. Like, damn, I just want to be young again.
Yeah.
I want to go out here and do some young shit tonight.
You walk in the shower section and you look at a shower head and be like,
oh I love shower heads, low key. I do love shower heads.
I could just imagine how that shower would feel. I feel like
because it's like you ever like been somewhere and it's like, yo, the pressure out of the shower head is wild trash. You be like spinning around and like, this is horrible.
Straight old people shit.
Yeah, that is straight old people shit. Because I ain't got that problem no more.
Well, that's what it is, man. But like I said, you get angry and you get upset and you tell yourself you're gonna do some young people shit tonight, and you put your clothes on and you'll go out doing young people shit, and you start sweating and you're tired and you're thinking about work tomorrow, and you look at your clock and it's 8:30.
Hey, no, I ain't that bad. God, I ain't that old now. Come on now. 8:30, Brian. You're not even that washed. I can attest to that.
But do you not go to the places you were going earlier than you used to?
But I've noticed now, I think we hop around more now as older people. We don't stay in the same spot. It's like, this is boring. Let's go. Yeah. I've noticed that, which is odd because normally as a kid, you think you'd be like that. Now it's like,
in it, let's go. And I don't even think you're bored with it. I just think you get frustrated.
Yeah.
I mean, it just ain't the same. You start getting older, you start looking at things a little different.
Not a bad thing, but
I think we value our time more. When your time feels wasted, it's like, yo, this is bullshit. Let's go to something that's going to occupy my time. Because if not, we always go, time to call it.
Yeah. As soon as we get quiet, wherever we're at, we wait for like 30 seconds and everybody look at each other. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Time to call it.
Time to go. What's going on over there?
But there are joys to getting older. There's pains and there's joys. So, like you said, we just value the time because we know that shit is fleeting.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we be looking at each other like, what happened to the goddamn 30s? Oh, that's a couple years actually for all of us.
Like, but anyway, older than us.
What you said?
I said like you ain't older than us, and you laughing.
Anybody had any shotgun topics they wanted to spit out real quick?
What do y'all think about Kawhi and Paul George going to the Clippers? Anyone? Bueller?
Shrugs.
Y'all
Do
don't
you
care.
not care?
No.
I think the boys need to go where the money at. How much did Kawhi get paid?
4 years, 142 million.
There you go. And how much did the other one, Paul, get paid?
Less. I don't know exactly how much.
Oh, was it over 100 mil?
Pretty sure.
There you go. Smart man.
But I think that put pressure on your boy LeBron because everybody's like, oh, the Lakers this, which is just bullshit. But like their lineup is a defensive fucking nightmare if you watch it. And on the top of that, they got 2 fucking elite scorers on that lineup now. So it's like, ooh. I mean, yeah, LeBron and AD. AD ain't never won shit in his life, so I really don't.
Wow.
I don't see too much out of him yet.
Yeah, but I think it's good for the sport to spread out the superstars.
Yeah, that's the way it needs to be because the West has been dominating for so long. Even though the Miami and Cleveland stuck in there, but overall the West still had better teams. It's just the East might have one elite, but the West had way better depth overall.
Yeah, I get sick of
staying up at 10:30 and the games go off at 1. Exactly.
Yeah,
because that's where all the games were at 10:30 at night. Yeah, hell, I hated that as a kid.
Oh, motherfuckers. I tell you what, I just can't wait till August.
What's in August? Football?
2 things. Power and football.
Oh, I don't care about Power, but football, yes.
Have you watched Power?
I watched the first 3 episodes. It didn't interest me as much as I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it.
It was a good show. I just didn't continue watching it. I think I was watching too much stuff.
Power is dope. And it's the final season.
Yeah, I think it's because I've watched. Yeah. He teased it. They don't know if it's true or not.
What happened?
He teased that they're going to bring back another season, but they don't know if it's true or not.
No, the 6th season is supposed to be the final season.
Because 50 just love attention. He literally has some type of disorder. Like, he always is, like, freaking trolling people. I'm like, fam, what is wrong with your life? Like, why do you need to do this to people?
Afraid of not being spoken about anymore. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
No, he's a damn bully, like he said. But it's okay. You got your money. You can do things. You don't have to like put the next man down. That's it. One of these days, unfortunately, you might meet somebody that's really gonna challenge your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, I saw on Instagram him and T.I. are real tight. Because I said, let you go at T.I. Because that's one ain't gonna care. That motherfucker tried to swing on Mayweather. That's what I said. Yeah, he ain't want to fuck with. No, you don't swing on no boxer. I don't care how small they are.
Anyway, all right.
Yep.
Well,
these nuts.
Shut up. If nobody has anything else, we're going to go ahead and end the show. If you want to get in contact with us, we are broadcasting our podcast here on YouTube, on iTunes or Apple Music, however you say, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, it's on podcast if you're on your iOS device. Yeah. And how are you going to announce the great news that we have now?
Oh, I do. Hold on. Let me get the other one.
Oh, okay.
And SoundCloud is where the other audio.
Google Play Music.
Huh?
Google Play Music.
Oh, yeah, Google Play Music. I thought I said that. But our YouTube, our Twitters are all on those. Our Twitter handles are on those. And now, we are now broadcasting on Spotify. So if you have Spotify, you can hit us up one of our social medias and we'll send you the link if you cannot search through the podcast on Spotify and find us. But we are there. And we'll shoot you the link if you want. So, if all hearts and minds are clear, thank you so much for let me start it over.
So, rewind and play.
Shut up, Jay. If all hearts and minds are clear, we'd like to thank you for allowing us to keep you company, and we'll see you next Monday. Peace.